Hi, friends. I'm back again, but this time with something a little different. So, I got in a shipment from Liminal 11, our delightful friends at Liminal 11 who have produced the Modern Witch Tarot, Cosmic Slumber, Seed and Sickle, so many wonderful tarot decks. But I wanted to show you something else. Liminal 11 not only does tarot decks, but they publish some wonderful books as well. And I wanted to bring some of those books to you to show you what they have. And I'm really, 2022 for me has been the year of books, really getting back into book reading. I gave up, as a matter of fact, it came up on my Facebook memories. I gave up my cable TV a year ago uh, because with the pandemic and the news and the media, and I'm just not going to get into it. But anyway, it just wasn't any good. And I was not finding any joy in the TV shows that I was watching. Now, yes, I do have a streaming service. I do have Discovery Plus, but I enjoy things like the History Channel and, of course, my paranormal, my love of all things ghost adventures and kindred spirits and Destination Fear, all those wonderful paranormal shows. But I really started to lean back into book reading. I've always been an avid book reader. I loved books as a kid. I was an only child, so I spent a lot of time reading books. And it was also a great way to go into far off lands and adventure and not leave the little confines of my bedroom. So, anyway, I want to share more of my love of books with you. Now, I know book reviews don't do very well as videos, but you know what? I don't care. I love, first of all, I love this publishing company. Liminal 11 has done some amazing things for the tarot community and I think for the publishing world, and that deserves recognition. And the other thing is I'm hoping maybe I can spark some joy about reading to others. Yeah. So with that, let me show you my first book. So the book I got here was the Book of Moons and Seasons by Hannah MacDonald. And right now, well, 2021 really for me has been the year of moons and seasons. I have been trying to pay particular attention to the various moon phases and what happens in my life in that regard. I belong to a moon circle. We meet twice a month on the new and full moons. So I've really been leaning into that. And I saw this book. And it's wonderful because it is not your typical moon and season book. So I'm gonna read to you some of the back here. Um, O keeper of time, mover of seas, what are you trying to tell me? For millennia, the moon has drawn our curiosity like the tide. With its mysterious lunar energy, the moon marks the natural progression from month to month and year to year. It is the keeper of time and seasons, telling us when to sow the seed and when to harvest, while heralding key festivities across many cultures and religions. Inspired by slow seasonal living, the Book of Moons and Seasons weaves a year's journey in the form of a beautifully illustrated comic. From the winter solstice through the Celtic calendar to the solstice return, exploring the ancient names for each full moon, from strawberry moon to buck moon to hunter's moon. The Book of Moons and Seasons is a deeply magical journey set in the northern hemisphere that captures the energy of the year as it waxes and wanes. So I had no idea this was an illustrated comic. But let me tell you, the artwork is remarkable. First, you open it up and you get this. Now, this is what the sky is like during the various seasons of the year. Look how dark it gets. That's where we're coming into right now, folks. We are in the dark. We are coming into the dark here. So I loved that visual. And then it has the dedication. We have our first page, which is our moon. And when does it start? It starts on the winter solstice. Isn't that interesting? And the book also ends on the winter solstice. So it's like the ending and the beginning at the same time. So this was a perfect purchase for this month. I'm trying to get there to show you. So here is the beginning. Each beginning month has a wonderful graphic for it. So this is the beginning of December. Oops. And we have the cold moon, the moon of December, and a write-up about the moon. I love the graphics. The graphics on this are just beautiful. Look at this, the candles. These remind me of the sun weight candles for like Advent. There's a little poem about how it's the time of season to end, and then information about the winter solstice. And that is the end of the book. We have the moon again with the Christmas houses. And at the beginning, we also have the winter solstice with additional information. Orion in the winter sky. And, you know, more graphics and stories. And, you know, it's not, this would be great for kids. This would be great for kids, definitely as a little learning piece, because there is a story in the beginning. And then there's like a full-on comic for the winter solstice. There is the night sky for the winter solstice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then again, then it brings in January. And it starts with, oops, hold on. Hold on. I got to find it. So I think it starts. I'm getting everything all mixed up. So the dark mornings of January, because we're still in the dark times. So it always starts out with like something like a big spread, and then we have another comic here, and we have the moon. Where is it? See the wolf moon, the moon of January, and more information. And every single month is like this. And like I said, the graphics, I mean, the graphics are just wonderful. And I think it's just a lovely reminder of the season. This book, although in comic form and very minimal with words, it's just, I don't know, it gives me a warmy feeling to pick up this book during the winter solstice, or I'm pretty sure during the other moon phases, when it's new moon or full moon, to pick these up and look at them and go through the comics and the graphics. And uh, I'm just, it's a really good book. And like I said, it's also, I think, great for kids because it's minimal words and it's got pictures they will understand. So, again, this is the book of Moons and Seasons by Hannah McDonald. I will link where you can get it below from Liminal 11 because they produce some fantastic books. I'm going to have several more books coming your way over the coming weeks. So stay tuned and go get a book and read. Read to your kids. It's important. I'll see you on the next one.